Now, Karri, every time that we present a Thousand Trails property, without fail, there's always somebody in the comments that goes, well, Thousand Trails is just terrible because
the knuckles cracking.
It doesn't include this, it doesn't include that. Well, at the end of this video, if you're still not convinced that this Thousand Trails fits the bill, you might want to check your pulse, and you might want to just retire that YouTube account that you have.
Hello redesigners, and welcome back to the channel.
For those of you who are new here, well, let's give you the rundown really quick. I'm Bob.
I'm Karri.
And in 2022, Karri and I sold everything that we owned. It included the house, the cars, the boats. She sold the record collection. She sold anything that wasn't nailed down. In fact, she even sold my good underwear. We hit the road full time in an effort to say goodbye to high property taxes, craziness going on all over the place, and just live, well, basically a life. If that's something that you enjoy, well, you may want to stick around for this video. Well, welcome to Texas. Holy cow, yes, we are standing here. This is not a clickbait title by any stretch. We are standing here in Lake Texoma. We are on Thousand Trails property. Can you believe this place, Karri?
So beautiful. For
a little bit of background, Karri and I have been fighting to get to Texas for 3 years. If it wasn't a pandemic in our way, it was bills. Or if it wasn't bills, it was a job. You name it, everything has stood in our way. Well, we're finally proud to be on Texas soil.
Yes.
Now, before we get into the full video, yes, this is all part of it. We are on their private area. They have a boat launch about 50 feet that way. We're here just taking this in because this is drop dead quiet and it's perfect. Before we get into the whole video, I want you to stick around to the end because there's some exciting news that we're not going to put into a separate video, but it has to do with not only this property but Thousand Trails in general. So you're going to want to hear that if you're at all interested in the Thousand Trails life. Now, first pulling in right off the bat, well, you get to see some nice scenery and a welcome to Texas mentality, a welcome to Texas effort. We have a nice, well, what do they call those? A tractor pull hayride thing behind us.
With a hee-haw.
Yeah, with me in it. And it just screams Texas because you're literally right on the border of Oklahoma. And you come through and you go right up to the gate. All right, pulling in, you're immediately, well, you're right at the office building. Now, before we get too crazy into this, we want to take you down, well, right off the bat to the dump station. This is probably one of the best dump stations. Hell, I think even you would be happy to dump there.
Yeah, it was clean.
And that's an understatement. We joked around that you could literally eat off of everything. We wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, you could. Karri doesn't like to do the dumping process. I don't know why. It seems like just such a wholesome time.
I don't like it, but I've pulled the little lever. That's about as far as I go.
But this is one where she said, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
They really thought of everything here and everything's well laid out. Now, they did, as of the time of airing of this video, it is first come, first served still here in Texoma. And they basically said, hey, if you have 30 amp, would you mind sticking the C or A section because we're limited on 50 amp spaces? We're more than happy to do that. In fact, we asked, well, where's the best internet coverage? And for us, we wanted to use Starlink on our couple of days here. They said, go check out C-Loop. For giggles and poops, we decided to check out not only Starlink, but T-Mobile. Starlink gave us 90 megs down and 5 up. And T-Mobile, I think, gave us somewhere around 10 down and 4 up. So still very good. I believe, from my understanding of talking to the front desk, was AT&T was the big winner here. But we don't carry AT&T because it hasn't done anything for us over the years. So anyhow, we pulled in the C-Loop. And what site did we end up picking?
C24.
C24. And we pull in, and this is a great site. This site is wide open. In fact, here you can see everything that this has to offer. It has full hookups, which is great, a little fire pit. And as you can see, Karri's way over there in the next site. If she was a stinky sieve with the crap-filled seaweed cigar, we'd never even smell it. That's how great this place is. And we keep going down C-Loop because we wanted to wander around, and we checked out these cabins. Not only do they have these simple cabins, these natural, in the natural setting, they also have handicapped accessible cabins, meaning that nobody's excluded from staying here. Something that, if you've been a friend of the channel, you know that that's something that's dear to me, and seeing that type of ADA accessibility is pretty important. I like seeing that. Now, we're coming out of there, and it's time it's time to get wet. It's time to dig and bury in the pool. It's time to make all the ladies of the RV park jealous that they're not with me. I took my shirt off and jumped right. Look at this pool. This is amazing. Now, no, I didn't make anybody jealous, and nobody wanted to go home with me except for her. But that's okay. No loofahs out in the parking lot for us.
Oh God, no.
But we did check out this pool. In a serious note, this pool is amazing. The staff is still doing some cleaning here, so if it's a little dirty, well, it's sat overnight, and it's Texas. And they did a great job here, and then we go inside and look at these bathrooms. I'm going to show the men's side first. I know you want to show the women's side.
Yep.
They probably look fairly the same, except in the men's side. Well, we pee standing up. So we come through here and we see the showers. Again, massive size showers. There's also an ADA compliant shower, which again, awesome job. Everything meticulously cleaned. I haven't seen a bathroom look like this since we were in Splash in Milton, Florida. And that was big money.
Yep.
This, wow, this is crazy. Now come over and we'll talk about the women's side.
Same, no urinals, no peeing standing up.
Well, then, hey, you're already in a winning position.
But it's huge. The showers, everything is new. There's handicap accessible. The mirrors are ginormous. So
yeah, just
that's
a great experience. And those showers, by the way, that shower room, there's a door that leads right out to the pool.
Yeah.
So fantastic on them.
Did you see the baby changing station in yours?
I did, but I did not show it because there was a handsome man in the mirror in mine.
I did.
So that's why we do these things. By the way, if you're liking this video and you like this kind of review, give Karri a thumbs up because she goes out of the way to get into the women's room. I can't go in there. We appreciate that. But another thing that we do appreciate is look at this lodge. Now, you work full-time from the road like I do, and sometimes maybe you just want to get away from your spouse, or you just want to work a little louder than normal. They have these beautiful lodges, and actually 2 of them on property. We'll show the second one in a little bit. But this is a great workspace. Not only do they have a workspace, but if you want to take some time on the couch and watch Jerry Springer, well, they've got the TV to do that as well.
Yep.
You come inside up to the left here, and they also have a nice little arcade, air hockey table, ping pong. Really well done. And you come out back outside, and we get outside, and I believe these, now we could be wrong. If we're wrong, correct us in the comments because we know you like to do that. But let us know below, are these pickleball courts? And they have like a great little overhead pavilion thing. It fits a lot of people. And well, what did you find out there?
Somebody likes to show off and dance.
That's right. Don't let this body fool you. I'm a dancing machine.
Oh, he is.
But in all seriousness, once you leave here, you maneuver around to A-Loop.
Yep.
And A-Loop is where they like to park the 50 amp service, and at the same time, this is a little more shaded area. Back, if you notice in C-Loop where we are, it's kind of wide open, which is great for Starlink. Not so great for the Texas sun, as we found out. But A-Loop is just the opposite, and A-Loop has that you want shaded and you want to be, you know, that woodsy feeling. Well, you've got that. So we come out of A-Loop, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, that pool up there was nice and all, Bob, but I prefer a smaller pool as they start going. Well, don't worry, Steve, we got you covered because we have, apparently I was moving again, we have pool number 2, and pool number 2 is a nice smaller pool. And in fact, they have the signs up that says, you know, swim at your own risk, and it's okay because it's only 5 feet tall. If she get up on a step stool, she'll be all right. But the pool itself was nice and clean. Karri and I actually swam in this pool as well and had a great time. This has been fantastic. They have a little hot tub. Not sure why you would want a hot tub in 100-degree weather in Texas, but hey, if that's you, you do you. And it was great. You come out of there, and now we're going into lodge number 2. This is where it gets exciting because this is yet another place that you can work and get away from your spouse and watch TV if you like. They also have a nice little deck out there. You can swing if you want, and not that kind of swing on a swing. Yeah, we know what goes on in some of these places. But coming out of the lodge, if you're done with a hard day's of work and you've got you want to get a book, they have a nice little take a book, leave a book situation going on, and a payphone that doesn't work, but it was still pretty cool to pick that up. And then you leave here and you go right, same building, right across the hallway, and you're into what blows us away is the exercise room. Now this exercise room, while the equipment may not be new, everything functioned. This was all NordiTrack stuff, very high quality at one time, and it's, again, all functional. You need to get in your workout, that's great. If you don't feel like doing your cardio there, you can walk this property, and you can walk in a nice whole pattern here, about 3.5 miles we put on today. So not too bad. Leaving the exercise room, what's next, Karri?
Into the laundry room we go.
And this is Karri's favorite spot.
It is.
And you see here, it's a fairly nice laundry room. And it takes credit cards, and oh, by the way, this takes Apple Pay. Oh, talk about being in the 20th century. I know, Steve, you prefer to use a credit card? Well, they got you covered.
Why
there
Steve?
Too. Yeah, I mean, they're all Steve to me. I don't know. But at any rate, if your name is Steve and you're a nice guy, we apologize. But some of the Steves that we've met, not so nice. They also have on property boat storage, which, if you can see behind us from this lake, it is definitely used, because wow, you have to check with the front desk as far as like costs for storing your boat here and everything like that. But there's quite a few of them. You can see in the video clip, quite a few boats here. And this lake is amazing. Some huge, massive fish have been pulled out of here. Not sure what kind, because I haven't had a chance to fish, but we can tell you, no joke, they're like this big. If you're still a keyboard warrior and you're checking your pulse and you're going, but I know, Bob, but getting into this place is going to be difficult because they never have enough sites. Don't. You checked your pulse? Okay, you checked your pulse, you're still with us, we're happy. Well, here you go, folks. They're putting on an easy 80 to 100 more sites that are going to be 50 amp service, which means that whether you're in a small camper pop-up or you've got the massive 50-foot thing with 18 garages and 19 slide outs, well, they're going to have you covered there with your 6 air conditioners.
Yep.
And that keyboarding should stop right there, because wow.
And they're pull through, aren't some of them?
Most of them are going to be pull through, is our understanding, which is fantastic. This is slated to open at the end of 2023. So, and they are, let me tell you, it is 6 o'clock tonight and they're hammering out there. They're still working. They are not afraid of pushing the schedule. They're on top of it. So, and we say all this stuff, keyboard warriors and stuff like this, in joking. It's all in jest and all in fun, but there are some people that really just don't like Thousand Trails for whatever reason. And sometimes you just can't change their mind. But Lake Texoma has been one of the best, if not the best sites that we have had, period, in this country. That's amazing. And we still hear that the rest of these in Texas are nothing to sneeze about. In fact, the way we have them staged, they're supposed to get better one after another. That's crazy. Now, if all that hasn't convinced you, because you're like, well, Bob, I have a 50 amp rig and I get tired of being charged $3 per night because I have a big 50 amp rig. Whoa, Steve and Sally, let me sit you down, puff on that cigar for a minute. We are being told by Thousand Trails that the $3 fee, gone. That means that if you want to bring in your massive rig with 20 air conditioners or whatever you got, go ahead, do it. Bring it on up. Thousand Trails, if you have not been part of the in crowd for a while with Thousand Trails, they are spending massive amounts of money on upgrades, on updates, on new sites, on expansion projects all over the country. This is why in a few videos back, when everybody was saying that everybody is quitting RV life to get clicks, right? This is why you know that that is all BS. This is a real life situation where there's such a demand that Thousand Trails is really stepping up for its members. And I for one, you for another, we're very pleased with what we're seeing.
Most definitely.
So that's it. That's our review. Some of these reviews get kind of hard for us to do because we're only here for a couple of days, and I wish we had stayed longer here, but we have definitely will be back.
Well, one more thing I think worth mentioning is the gate codes. Now, when you get your little welcome packets, not everybody reads those. Well, for once, I actually did. And the gate code changes every Wednesday, and you're notified of that. But I know in past Facebook groups for Thousand Trails, they're like, well, why am I locked out? Why am I this? But just so you know up front, Lake Texoma, they change it every Wednesday.
And a point to that is if you're not receiving those text notifications of the gate code change, you may want to change your personal information on the Thousand Trails server, because that's the information they're using when they send out those things.
Right.
So double check there.
So that was all.
That was it. So amazing time here at Lake Texoma Thousand Trails. If you've been here before, let us know in the comments below what you thought. If you haven't been here in a while, you're interested and didn't know about the changes here, we want to hear from you as well. Hey, look, in all seriousness, we understand that Thousand Trails may not be for everybody. For us, it's been a lifesaver. We could not do this life if it wasn't for the $3 to $5 per night that we spent staying at Thousand Trails. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yep.
For Life Redesigned, I am Bob.
I'm Karri.
And we'll catch you
next time.
Boom.